Moving on. Come on. Got this. There you go.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of
I see. This game is symbolic of people
feel this now, when
that
for years it had never
working for the
occurred to
machine.
him. This question would not go unanswered for long.
And how they lose their independent thought process, right?
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I'm not sure I want to do that. That sounds like a terrible idea. Oh. Huh. I really don't trust this narrator. He reminds me of Gladys.
Although this passageway had the word escape written on it, the truth was that at the end of this hall, Stanley would meet his violent death.
Where's the direction plant when you need it? But, Mr. Bucket of Paint, help me. Well, obviously, because the paint handle is on this side, it's saying I should not go to my violent death at the end of that passageway.
But of course, Stanley thought better of it, and realized he simply had too much to live for.
I can't see the bridge. Okay. Indiana Jones 3 style.
The lights rose on an enormous room
awesome
packed
light
with
switch.
television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
Yeah. This place is weird. Is this like an elevator? Cameras.
Now the monitors jumped to life.
Oh, crap.
Their true
Oh, my
nature
gosh.
revealed.
Fired.
Each bore the number of an employee in the building. Stanley's
Where's mine?
co-workers. The
all
lives
gone.
of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen.
What happened to everybody?
And Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
This is America. Well, at least where I am. Freedom should always mean something. Bathroom?
This mind control facility, it was too
427.
horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
There I am right there. Like in the middle of my screen practically right now. Yep, I'm gone. Okay, good. Nobody in my office touching my stuff.
No. He refused
Nobody
to believe
touches
it.
my red
He
stapler.
couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never.
My
It
life
was
is kind of in your
unthinkable.
control right now, dude.
Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
That's what the future's gonna be like if machines keep
And
taking
here
over.
was the proof. The heart of the operation.
That's it.
Controls labeled with
Mind control
emotions.
stats offline.
Happy or sad.
I don't wanna
or
push that
content.
button.
Walking, eating, working, all of it monitored and commanded from this
Faculty
very
power.
place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
It looks like I'm gonna have two choices again. Why would I? Wait. Why would anyone choose to turn it on? I like this game. It's giving me choices. I like it when games do that. That's some very interesting music.
Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
That was me getting a chill. Can't be over already. This game costs way too much for it to be over already.
He had won. He had defeated the machine. Unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away.
Until...
And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved.
So I beat the game?
Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's
Can I go back?
grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold? But as sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him. For it was not
I found
knowledge
happiness.
or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his.
I like that.
And that
It's
was
beautiful.
all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing.
That's true.
Stanley stepped through the open door.
Can I...
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the
I'm not
immense
controlling the camera
possibility of
anymore.
the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Well, that was probably the fastest I've ever beat a game. Ever. Wow. Wow. What? Is that really the end? Am I that awesome?